Good evening. It's Wednesday, the 23rd of December, 2020. Diane Hands bringing you Book for the Day, Human Crossings, 9 stories about refugees. And for the past few days, I've been reading you a story written by Doug Dunn called The New Jungle Project. And this came about after Doug had seen a play in London called The Jungle, which had been based on a refugee camp in Calais. And the group were holding their first meeting, which had been joined by the French president. And this is where we've got to. They thought of us as animals in a jungle, but the volunteers also dehumanised the French. We thought of them as aggressive thugs. It's totally understandable when two groups refuse to relate to each other as human beings. They start dehumanising each other. It has happened throughout history, resulting in thousands of wars, slavery, and racism. It's quite normal, I said, smiling. Wasn't this meeting actually about language? What conclusions did you reach? Asked the president. Hello, sir. My name is Salar, chef of the Good Chance Cafe in the jungle. I think we should have cared more about learning the French language. Yes, we did avoid doing that. We needed someone like you, said Sam. Thank you, Sam. French people were not included in the network of the jungle camp. A way to do that might have been having French classes as well as English classes in the camp. Perhaps we could have had interpreters, suggested Beth. That would have helped with communication. Good point. I will include that in the project plan, I said. Derek mentioned we have a project to prepare and train people for living on the moon. We thought the former jungle site would be a good location. The purpose of the camp is to test equipment and research social protocols, see how people get on in a small, closed community. NASA calls it a moon analog habitat. Sounds interesting, said the president. Where's the funding coming from for this project? NASA has started doing this, but their initiative is long-term. I said, I'm inviting Elon Musk to our next session to discuss commercial funding of our camp. The topic of the next meeting session is money. Thank you all for attending today. We have agreed that we are not going to let the language we speak cause issues. Eventually, there will probably be many communities speaking different languages on the moon. Being smaller than Earth may encourage people to learn the language of their neighbours. Before the next session, have a think about this question. Would it be possible to live in a world without money? See you all next week. Beth's group continued chatting together after the meeting. She clicked the Leave Meeting link on the screen. Pass the naan bread, Sam. This curry is perfect. Thank you. It is my pleasure to cook for you again. It brings back great memories, said Salar, placing a pot of goat meat curry on the table. This is so good to be hanging out again, said Sam, and with the others seeing them on that big screen was so real. I know. It's like they are here with us, said Beth, sitting close to Sam. Come on, Salar, group hug. Since leaving the jungle, Beth and Sam had been doing their own thing. Both were still coming to terms with the dismantling of the camp. It was hard for both of them to move on. I love it that we have come together again, said Beth. Yes, agreed Sam, with a purpose. I don't know right now how going to the moon will help refugees, but I'm willing to go along with. I agree, said Salar, holding up a glass of wine. I'm inspired. I think my people in Afghanistan will be inspired. It is a good idea. And tomorrow we'll hear about their second meeting, which is going to be about money. So join me tomorrow evening, which will be Christmas Eve, for book for the day. And Human Crossings can be found on Amazon, and you can also read more about Human Crossings on our Facebook page. Good night, Diane Hans.